This is a segment of a garlic bulb. It's called a clove. You can see this is the pointy end. That's the end you want to have planted upwards towards the soil surface, and then this is the part you want to plant. Let me get that thing to focus. There we go. This blunt part is where you want to plant in the ground away from the soil surface. That's where the roots are going to grow from. So this is an experiment garlic that I bought. We're going to see how well it does here. You just never know. Every property is different, and you don't know what's going to like your property, so you got to keep trying new things. So I'm going to be planting it in this circle bed right here. This bed is rather a special experiment in itself. I did it this summer and it worked out very well. I learned it from one of Bill Mollison's permaculture design courses. He didn't practice this method or this design, but he talked about it briefly on how he thought it was pretty productive. And what it is here is it's 3 foot in diameter, and then there's a mulch pit in the center. And what we're doing is we're mulching, and we're also feeding through this. I put various like banana peels and scraps that aren't attractive to rodents, and this will encourage the worms to come up and eat the material you put underneath the mulch. And then the worms, they're circling around in here and they're leaving secretions behind, and that's the fertilizer that feeds our crops that we're planting in it. So this one here is going to be a bed of garlic, and I'm going to really intensively plant it close together, and we're going to see how well it does. So I got this new shovel I'm going to check out. I got this at a thrift shop too. Look at that. So it's kind of pricey for a thrift shop, but look at the handle on that thing. Holy cow. You don't find them like that anymore. So, pretty simple process. I got these little bricks here that are scattered between the bed so I don't compact the soil. I'm putting my feet on those. And just real simple, just open the soil a little bit. Make sure you got the blunt end. Well, you can see a little green piece coming out of it already. I leave this open because I'm going to go ahead and pour some compost over the top. So I'm going to kind of stagger it a little bit. One a little closer, the next one's a little bit farther away. I got 21 of them here to plant. So I didn't do any measurements. We'll see how it ends up. This is the point at which I'll skip you from having to watch all the rest of this. I'll zoom ahead, edit ahead, so you can see me getting done at the end here. I'm just going to fit 21 in there. Just get them in here. Actually, I got one left over. Oh, here's a nice open spot. I couldn't have planned it any better. Alright, I have these open pits here now where all the cloves are in. I'm going to put some compost over the top of that. This is a combination of 2 years worth of compost. The last 2 years I made it. So we're going to fill in those little holes there that we made, and we got the cloves in. Some old timers might think I'm planting a little late. Here it is, third day of November already. But I don't know what that kind of tree is. We'll have to let it leaf out next year, see what it is before I just pull it out. But anyways, I like to plant about a month before everything really totally freezes up. I think that if you plant early, you're subjecting your cloves to a lot of predators. I got squirrels that dig them up and eat them. Sometimes they dig them up and just leave them sit there. You just dig them up for the sake of digging. But the longer they're in the ground before it freezes up, the more chances things like that happen. What that is. So I wait. Look at that, nice bed. So then another thing I do to protect it from those squirrels, I put chicken wire over the beds. Now when it freezes up, I'll take these chicken wires off, and then I'll put in some mulch over the top. need more bricks. But I'll go get some bricks out here, some right over here. Well, the squirrel comes along and he ain't gonna dig through that chicken wire. So again, after this whole thing freezes up, I'm gonna pull that chicken wire off. And you could even leave it on. I mean, the garlic shoots will go in between the spaces in the chicken wire, but I pull it off and then I'll put a nice thick layer of mulch over it, maybe 2 inches of straw. And just in case it's a really cold winter, that'll ensure that the garlic's gonna make it through. Plus the other factor is, because I'm planting pretty close to freeze up, and I'm believing we're gonna get it in the next 2-3 weeks, you know, you gotta guess. So, but anyways, it's pretty late, so it's gotta freeze up pretty soon. And even though the ground, the surface ground freezes, the ground 3-4 inches below don't. And our garlic's going to be growing roots into that even when the ground, top of the ground is frozen. Especially if we put a layer of mulch over the top, that'll slow it down. But the reason why we wait until the whole thing is frozen before we put on the mulch is because if we put on the mulch now, then mice will come in and make burrows underneath the mulch in the ground. And they'll make little holes, and then you're going to have mice in your garlic all winter long. So this way you wait till the ground is frozen, then you mulch it, then the mice can't come in there and dig holes. That's it. That's pretty easy.